Okay, well, we have some more shit for you tonight, your girl working late. Okay, so we unfortunately want to talk about the Mandela Bay Vegas shooter. Alright, well, we have something new for you. And yet another mysterious circumstance around a horrific mass shooting in Las Vegas, a supposed hero, security guard Jesus Campos, literally disappeared ahead of a series of planned interviews on Thursday. Don't you think that's weird? Alright, they trying to get him. Well, they already got him. I think the nigga dead. Well, Campos, the Mandalay Bay security guard who police claim was shot by Stephen Hancock just moments before the shooting, had plans to break his silence in at least 5 different television interviews, but was nowhere to be found after the media had gathered to speak to him. We were in a room and we came out and he was gone, the union president told the media. According to a report by ABC News, Stephanie Wash Campos is represented by the International Union, Security, Police, and Fire Professionals of America, which did not respond to requests for comments from Fox News earlier this week, reported Fox News. Of course not, because they got to get all their stories right. I'm telling you, this nigga is gone. At the time of this writing, Campos' whereabouts remain unknown, which is obviously a start in development, especially when you consider he was supposed to fill in many other open questions surrounding the largest mass shooting in American history. I'm telling you. All right. Okay, so I'm thinking about, what is that movie? The Martian Candidate? MK Ultra Mind Control? Yepper. So, MK Ultra. You know, all these movie stars and all these celebrities, pretty much, they're under it. Well, the Martian Candidate, I remember, was a politician who was under control, took a phone call, and the signal that was sent, he became assassinated killer. Well, that's what I believe the shooter was. Well, as I'm reading the Daily Sheeple, Campos was set to fill in the blanks on many unanswered questions surrounding how the event played out. He was at the center of controversy after law enforcement issued a dramatic shift in the timeline of the Vegas narrative, and initially claiming Campos was a hero for disrupting Paddock 10 minutes after he unloaded gunfire onto a crowd of 20,000 country music concertgoers. However, 1 week later, police revealed Campos did not interrupt Paddock's rampage and instead was shot as he approached the shooter's 32-story room. Shooter's 32-second story room a full 6 minutes before the shooting began. On Tuesday, a MGM Resort International representative said the organization, which owns Mandalay Bay, took issue with the police versions of the events. Of course, we cannot be certain about the most recent timelines that has been communicated publicly, but we can believe that it's currently being expressed by not being accurate, said spokeswoman Deborah. Amazingly, investigative journalist Laura Loomer, who broke open the story, provided the FBI had lied about when Pandox had checked into the hotel, actually traveled to Campos' home and was greeted by a private security firm. Talking about the rabbit hole, motherfuckers. Getting real. Up. All right, folks, we done found the nigga. Done found him. Okay. Well, he is on the Ellen Show. Yep, missing Vegas massacre security guard resurfaced. Hot damn, niggas alive, folks. Okay, the mystery is over. After vanishing last Thursday, wounded Las Vegas security guard Jesus Campos was found on the set of Ellen. Nigga getting paid. Ridiculous. Okay, well, to see that, I advise you to go to Ellen DeGeneres on Twitter, where she tweeted, "Tomorrow, the first people to encounter the Las Vegas shooter are here. Security guard Jesus Campos and the building engineer Steven Shaw." Okay, well, let's hear from Tucker.
It's now been 2 full weeks since the shooting massacre in Las Vegas. Wars have been fought and won in less time, literally. And even now, investigators are still trying to understand why Stephen Paddock murdered 59 people, how he was able to do it. Basic questions remain unanswered. Mysteries multiply by the day. For example, security guard Jesus Campos was apparently the first man at the scene of the shooting. Initially, he was reported to have disrupted the shooting spree, possibly saved many lives. That was widely reported. Then it emerged that Campos was actually the first victim of the attack and was shot, or perhaps wounded by a ricochet, even that's not clear, before Paddock targeted the concert goers. That's the case under the current timeline anyway, which could end up changing again. We don't know for sure, partly because we can't talk to Campos because he's disappeared. He scheduled an appearance on Hannity and a couple of other news programs late last week, then didn't show up. A union representative says he may have checked into a walk-in health clinic instead. Every walk-in health clinic contacted in Las Vegas said, "We've never heard of this man. Now he's gone. Where is he? Nobody knows." Most people don't seem to care, which may be even weirder. For the latest developments, Fox correspondent Geraldo Rivera, who's covered an awful lot of stories like this, joins us tonight. Geraldo, it's almost not even obvious where to begin, but let's just start with Campos. It's not clear to me whether he was shot or wounded by a ricochet, not that it matters, but it's another example of the bad reporting that has clouded the facts of this case from the beginning. But the fact that we don't know where he is strikes me as very odd.
Well, I think that in the Campos situation, I would submit that it is probably a function of his employer, the Mandalay Bay Resort, that is keeping him out of contact with the outside world for fear of incurring civil liability. Right. If it can be shown that as a security guard or the security apparatus within the hotel generally failed to prevent this awful tragedy, and is there any liability on the hotel's part? And I think that timing will play a role in that. But the bigger picture...
Wait, but let me just say, I would agree with you there, except for the union rep.
Conspiracy theories, but meanwhile, they're just blatantly telling us everything. Now, listen to Geraldo. Just listen. And this is why I had to do this story, because he blatantly just telling us in front of our faces that what we are thinking and what we found out from doing all the investigation is true. He is blatantly telling you in front of our face. Fucking genius. Okay? Just watch. Just look at his body movement. Just look everything, okay? It's awesome. So, guess what? Us conspiracy theory freaks, we're right. So, thank you. Love you for watching. All right, continue.
You'd think Campos would talk to, as much as he would talk to his employer, has said, we're actively searching for the guy, and it is the union. Unions are strong in Las Vegas still, as you know. He says we have no idea where this guy is. It's a little strange.
Well, I think that what the tone of your voice implies is that you are skeptical of the official accounts of what happened.
I honestly don't know what to think. I mean, I'm skeptical of everything, but I'm sincerely confused. I don't have a secret theory that I'm pushing.
But there are two things. There is the lack of an obvious motive. Why did this Stephen Paddock, a 64-year-old millionaire by all accounts, why did he suddenly become this evil killing machine? So there's no motive. I've heard, he was ISIS, he was Antifa, he was the Illuminati, he was a satanic blood cultist. So that, the lack of motive plus the confused timeline allows us to ponder, and as talk radio and the conspiracy theorists get their hands on it, it becomes a lot like, in a sense, although the crimes are obviously so very different, it becomes like the Kennedy assassination in the sense that we have evidence that seemingly contradicts the official account. Therefore, we're skeptical. There are dark forces at work here, playing with the facts and the circumstances to make a political goal. This is a false flag operation to bring on gun control, etc., etc. I think, I'll just tell you what I think, and you, thank you for crediting me with my deep experience in these kinds of crimes. I think that because of the enormity of this act and the murders committed and the extraordinary circumstance of the 32nd floor of the hotel becoming the sniper's nest where they could rain down death and destruction on so many just average, normal, ordinary Americans, we run well. We don't want it to be the banality of a simple, horrible, evil creature like Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's not true. Here's what we don't want. We don't want to believe that our authorities are incompetent. And I don't want to believe that. People come to this country precisely because they think our authorities are competent. And our justice system is on the level, and our law enforcement knows what it's doing.
I think
they're revealing themselves. Look, they left his house unguarded. This Campos guy, I'm not suggesting he did anything wrong. I am suggesting if you want to get the timeline right, you better talk to him. The authorities don't seem to know where he is. They revised the basic facts of the timeline like 3 times. Why should I have faith in their account?
Well, why doubt someone like Lombardo, the sheriff, who seems such a straight shooter to me? I mean, no one has ever dealt with a crime of this magnitude. This is the worst mass murder ever in American history, and it's suddenly thrust on the Las Vegas sheriff to lead the investigation. Now he's got all the feds and the state guys and everyone's behind him, and it's all coming to this fulcrum, this sheriff. So, I mean, I think he's just out of his depth in the sense that he's a sincere, honest person, but he just doesn't give me the vibe.
Well, look, I'm not saying he's a bad person, and I'm not saying he's lying. It's never even crossed my mind. I don't think he has some weird agenda. I just think he seems like he doesn't know what he's doing, and that rocks my faith. And by the way, it leaves space for the conspiracy people, because, like, if the official account is incredible, conspiracy theories fill the void. That's why.
Well, I think the official account is credible. I think there was great confusion. I think that with Jesus Campos particularly, no one knew exactly when he got wounded. They didn't have the transcripts of the radio communications. It's not clear at what point after he went on his walkie-talkie and said, call the cops, there's a shooter up here. How long did it take them to actually dial 911? How long did it take for the deputies? And because the carnage is so awful.
Right. No, I get it. It's bad,
so
but
bad.
that's...
We want it to be the commies. We want it to be the aliens.
Well, we don't know what it is. Thanks to them. Anyway, thank you, Geraldo. Thanks for joining us.
Stephen.
Alright, well, my conspiracy ass thinking that this shit is all for politics. Just like Geraldo said it. He said it. I'm just saying it. That I agree that it is really fucked up how they just trying to slide that in, trying to take away the guns and shit so we, you know what I mean, we can be taken over. The new order is trying to take place. You know what I'm saying? They trying to do everything. And for real, they talking about the worst mass killings in history. Did everyone forget about 9/11? Thousands of people, Americans and other people died, like all nationalities up in those motherfucking towers. Did we forget? They keep saying that this Vegas shooting was the worst mass killing. No, 9/11 was. And we all know what that was about, you know what I'm saying? We all know who did that. Yep. And we all know it wasn't planes that did that shit. We all know what happened. It was explosive that was already in them. If you don't believe me, just look it up on YouTube about the 9/11, as they're going to say conspiracy theories, but you already know. Okay? You know when you watching this channel. Conspiracy? I don't think so. It's just reality, baby. Alright, well, thank you all for tuning in. And as we always say, love, peace, and hair grease. See y'all niggas tomorrow.